as they've had some time and whatnot, that they've done some work on. There's a lot of tape on this map for FUT. It tends to be one of their favorite maps as well. So yeah, very, very excited to get into things here, as we will see if this rivalry keeps being FUT-sided or if there is a difference here. It will be a quick 1-for-1 to kick things off. They have managed to get Longs boosted up nice and early here, though, so this could be pretty deadly. They're going to go walking into him without considering him at all. He will be traded quickly, though. Meanwhile, how have you gotten away with that through the smoke? It's also been a find by Demon, I believe, just catching a player trying to get into the site. So started off quite well for the T side, but it's not.
They haven't budged an inch. They're sticking around. They know that this is, if it's going to head anywhere, it will be towards the A side. He's now been spotted and surely to be dropped momentarily. Demon, at range, will close it. And that is a perfect start for FUT. Exactly what they wanted to see for this side and exactly what they needed. It looks like it might be a poor decision. There's 3 players here to meet them, and there's a 4th. Now Longs, who's not too far away in terms of the rotation. Hooksy trying to draw a bit of attention, but he'll be met with a HE, and then a swing from the MP7. Up close, Cemetery with a FAMAS, pulls out the dually, but he'll lose his head. And diving round, they're getting kills out of this. Already, Ster has sort of made this a little bit spicy. A jumping MP9 to close it. But for Astralis, that's 3 kills from a non-invested round.
Kind of a fan of the fact that they do indeed, you know, go into the M4s now rather than sticking to a really solid bonus, as a lot of teams do. So, in a way, it could be a blessing in disguise. We'll find out. Pace pickup from Astralis, not wasting any time. Or faking things out towards A, right? The aggression from Krebeni will spot the bomb, though.
It can be a blessing, but it can also be a bit of a curse as well. If you come into a round like this with a full reinvestment and then end up losing it, leaves you with a bit of a janky buy-in towards the next rather than playing out the bonus. And maybe the knock-on effect comes from the casualties in that round where you sort of, if you lose this one, you go back and say, man, if we didn't lose 3 players, we have a fine buy. They just are 1-by-1 fighting ramp right now, and it is so easy for Astralis. That's 2 for you.
It should be flawless if everything pans out. Maybe they lose like 1 player on a little mini hunt, but really nice look for Astralis. Getting that first round on the board quite early and, as we say, quite cleanly.
I mean, more at the tail end here. Yabi, nice shot from him. Longs will lose his head. I don't think Cemetery's long for the world here. Down he goes. It's flawless. Not even a point of damage dealt towards Astralis.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty quick work. And again, you know, it comes down to the fact that they're able to do all that damage with the Glocks. So, yeah, great stuff from them in the early stages here. And maybe indeed the ancient-looking convincing, I might say. At least so far. Stair to open. Trader's there. Be looking good here. Actually in for another. Wait a minute. Deagle. It's close. Demon just needs to place his shots, but he's kind of spamming away. Surely got to be low on ammo now as well. He's called for some support. They'll pick up this FAMAS again. It is man advantage for Astralis, but not out of the woods just yet. You know, it looks very, very nervy here. Yabi going to get involved and try and just stop all the shenanigans. He does a great job of bailing out there. Stairs somehow survives all that. This is kind of the joy of getting a slightly early qualification, is that you do have a couple days to do some work. Maybe just 1 day, depending on when you do qualify. But they qualified 3-1, so I believe that would give them 1 day.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Jugs sort of has to go huge here. It'll be that first contact. And the first find for him as Yabi loses his life. And they're immediately going to hightail it back towards B. But that initial spam by Hooksy will give them the space to do so. The only thing they have to be concerned about was whether there was a Red Room player quick on the rotate, but they've not. They've beaten the timer back over towards B here. And the first fight on the site itself, Hooksy comes out on top. He'll catch Jugs. And I think for Cemetery and Longs, who are both pretty low, in a 2 versus 4, they're going to give this one a miss. They're going to go for the save. Again, Astralis up to 5.
Better here in Pro League than usual. You know, Stair's not normally the loudest fragger. Hooksy, of course, not necessarily expected to do that, but they, I feel, obviously looking okay here, but they've had decent maps themselves when we have caught them, so I think there's a couple more names that are maybe just doing loads of mechanical work. Are we going to be able to save this AK here? Kind of paramount, to be honest. He will go down. They should still be able to buy, but it would have been nice to have that one-tap potential.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, there's a buyback in place for FUT, but you're putting them in a really uncomfortable spot. Symmetry in towards the AWP. Rifling core around him. Won't invest with that full belt of util, but this is a pretty nice lead to have on the T side of Ancient, no less. Yabby seeing the smoke in Shelf. It's there for the first. Yabby will lose his life. Longs for two. And that's elbow control mid taken by FUT. That's a lot better. Finally, proactivity on the CT side by FUT.
Yeah, good to see. Really good to see, especially after the sort of previous round goes a bit sideways and now the econ is not great. You don't get to save those players. You'd maybe think that they'd turtle up a bit and really be worried about losing money and having to eco things out in the next round. But no, they put their best foot forward. Thus far, it's paid off. I think that will continue to be the case. Rosie, the only one left. Just managed to get a nice find there on the jumping long. Can't clear cleanly enough, though, as FUT will battle back, and pretty good time to get around as well. The gap close is certainly possible. However, immediate timeout from Astralis. Big respect for that.
Yeah, exactly. I do really kind of love that from Astralis. They know they can't allow FUT. Post timeout. How do things change for the T side? Using it towards the AWP himself.
Oh my goodness. So many nades in from the CT side. Yeah, that's crazy. Stair will find the kill though. So Maui made a tweet about how Ancients kind of devolved into just mid.
There's a couple of bodies in the direction of B that are selling the ruse, but Kareni's going to be tested here. This is a really big ask for him, and he has to get probably at least 2 out of this. Unchecked so far, round the corner for 1. Now a known quantity. Needed the second, can't get it as Ryu and Stair combine to take the site. Tap for the plant just in case there was one. Lurking in that smoke. But I think FUT have to put the tail between their legs and get out of there. That'll be another on the board for Astralis. And great to see immediate success of attack timeout.
Yeah, that's why you take it. And of course, immediately shutting down the FUT momentum. So they get 1 round immediately returned on. It's just not going to be good enough. Not what they want to see at this point. Demon will take a forward stance to try and save the gun here. I think they may well be able to buy. If the save is successful, I think only 1 M4, it's not going to be a buy. You know, you look at Symmetry's pretty low on cash, about as low as you can get. So
got an ult though.
Terrorists win. Might do something.
Yeah.
You can drop 1.
No decision really seems great. They are going to go for their force buy around it. Some utility in a couple of sensors, because a lot of these smokes and mollies are going to be thrown in towards elbow. So late round, they're not going to have loads, but this fight is paramount as Longs and Demon find a positive trade 4v3.
Yeah, they go for it again in towards mid, and this time they find good success.
Needed that.
Symmetry hitting his right mouse button instead of his left mouse button, I suppose, makes it slightly awkward. Krabeni caught off by a dry burst there. Longs is in for the trade. The numbers still looking good. They've got info that 1 is out towards A as well. So trying and rushing to isolate this 1 player. Unfortunately, it's not worked for them. Now down to a 2 versus 2. They get a bit more nervous. And the time ticking on these 2 T players to join up and be able to help each other. Low HP for these players. They get the smoke down towards ramp, in fact, so not on top of the bomb necessarily. And I feel Hooksy here from this position is going to have the run of the mill. He's got a Molotov lined up. Surely that's just got to be that. The AWP comes in to add insult to injury. And it will indeed be another round for Astralis. They find it. They find all the kills. And they take 7 now, looking very, very promising after a great little start there for FUT.
Yeah, honestly, Fuzi's an absolute stunner there.
Confusion, potentially. And it has seemingly worked thus far. FUT don't really have an answer. The odd round comes in off the back of the individuals. They are ready for this B hit. First kill for them. Can they hold the line, I suppose, is now the question. The Molotov to split the T side. Buy time for those rotations. They're still going to dedicate in here. Re-smokes required. Gap over this long side of things. There will be a couple CTs trying to abuse that fact, maybe as the digits start getting tapped in. Bosie with a forward stance. Oh man, no way he's able to find both. I mean, that just really paints the picture. That tells you how it's been going. Krabeni finds himself alone after a 4 versus 3 while they were all prepared for the B here. It's just unbelievable. I mean, you couldn't write it in a sense. Fozy survives and finds another name. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the airstrike didn't have the right coordinates there, so it completely misses, and he swings and finds. Fantastic. 8 for Astralis. As we said, the buy was probably going to be a little bit funky, and yeah, I mean, it's not great. Double FAMAS, double MP9 on MP7, and again, somewhat thin utility. They're going to go aggro, though.
Oh, we like it. We like it. Some good damage done. Little 1-for-1 over there. However, they will keep it coming towards the B bomb site. Weird. Weird. Very weird. Oh, my goodness. Neither of them expecting each other, but thankfully Fozy was like, I'll just chill with the Deagle, you know, just in case. FAMAS coming round now. He's got 4 to find here in order to salvage things. Not going to happen. Ryu takes his head clean off. And Astralis having a good time. A little stressful maybe, but they are making it work here as they move up to 9.
Yeah, I feel like if the Danes get a pistol, this might be kind of over before it even really begins.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. FUT giving us a taste of what they can do, but really not able to hit that all-important consistency stare. He's here. Does get traded swiftly. Uxie, meanwhile, trying to hold the line, nearly loses his head. The A-bomb site, not very well defended. Krebeni then, if he finds one of these players, I think puts them in a very, very good spot. The movement from Yabi is absolutely wonderful to witness. An advantage now for the CT side, but they have conceded the A plant. Can this post plant hold? Will there be a retake on the cards? Yabi spotting some info. I think he may well have seen both in the donut there. All the same, these CT's got to move a bit quick. They don't have a kit available. Lonks looking good as he takes 2. It's now suddenly just down to Ryu all by himself. He's got those dualies, but he just has no time, right? They play around the time, keep him at bay, don't give him the fights, and they'll win the round. They've done exactly that. He looks to back off.
It's lovely from Lonks, actually. It's such a kind of patience play from him. There's no way he survives this, and he won't. Demon will see it off. That's a lot better. That's a lot more like it for FUT, and now we'll give them, kind of killed them and put them into this real rot of form. This, at least, going in towards the first gun round, it's not all doom and gloom if FUT lose this one.
Yeah, it feels like we got here quite quickly as well, so, you know, Astralis at the very least need to do a lot to slow the roll, force some longer rounds and later exchanges. However, it started very, very well. Will be a trade back. Ooh, Ryu on the edge of this smoke. Demon thinking about it, but then he pulls away from the rush in there. He will go towards mid and find the kill over there. It's all going to be on Ryu. They seem to know about him, and indeed they will deal. He does his best. That's so fast, though. And this is the thing with FUT. You have to be careful.
For FUT, that was a bonus buy. They brought in a lot of, essentially, Galils and Mac-10s in towards that previous round, and we sit here with them scooping up a couple of M4s, having the 3 remaining AKs. I mean, they're loving life.
Move down ramp to try and find that early kill there. Astralis, unfortunately, there's no one really around, and Demon has heard 2 or 3 over there. So you get some decent information. Bits and pieces of the team will now start pushing towards A. FUT taking it slow, but quite methodical here. Looking relatively good. Yabi with the Deagle is in a good spot for my money. We'll see what he might be able to get done. Catching them going for that boost, but unfortunately unable to find any kills. Demon with a team kill. That's slightly awkward. There wasn't even necessarily anyone on the screen. He was just spamming away through that smoke. Teammate fully walking into his crosshair at the worst time. Speaking of, as they try and get that bomb down, this is when the pistols will burst forwards. I mean, it's definitely doable. Yabi can land 2 shots. He could take this despite the low HP. Despite the low HP, Yabi gonna do it. I don't believe that. Oh my goodness. Right place, right time, and keeping his cool. Yeah, FUT do have a couple rounds like that, man. I think that's kind of what comes with the territory of playing a bit faster, a bit more instinctual. Sometimes the comms or the protocols.
Yeah.
Who's watching this angle? Yabi's able to really creep out there. But they're back with a vengeance. They're angry. Yabi only going to get 1 here. Oh, Krebeni spamming through as well to find Stair. Ridiculous frag. The AWP is here in pretty good time, however. Back to a 3 versus 3. They don't have much to really deal with him or scare him away. They'll get that bomb down. Can they hold on to the site this time?
There's no T-side utility. This is raw fight now, but there is utility for the CT. They just picked up a smoke off a corpse.
Oh,
it might have actually been Yabi as well. One of those, I think, was Yabi's body, so that's actually going to help. And now time is really ticking.
Yeah, it's getting dangerous, but they're a little lucky to find these smokes on the floor. It forces Astralis into a wild move. However, it is working for them. Cemetery on the AWP here. Got to make this work, got to make this sing. They have a smoke for that bomb. He misses the shot and he will lose his head. It's awfully close, you know. I don't know. I think they just about do have it, but that was very, very close in the end.
The numbers were not in their favor. The situation wasn't really looking good for them, especially with those find of smokes on the floor. It's really nicely done by Astralis. Playing with such confidence, but that's the other side, is that, you know, despite maybe FUT looking a little rough, they can have moments like this. It's all on Ryu, needs a multi-kill. 1-2, but he just about misses out on the third as he runs out of ammo, but still, Cemetery now left all alone. A 1 versus 2 form, and Yabi's got other ideas. It was close there for FUT, but it's not good enough, and it's map point Astralis. And the util, just to try and sort of force FUT to slow down, as we were talking about. Don't allow them to just run and gun at you. Force them into a bit more of a late round situation. Smoke down ramp, but they might just die through this.
Yeah, it looks that way for sure. They're going to try and burst in. The Molotov will kind of slow the back end down, and the Vanguard's not very good, unfortunately. The support is here, but everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. It's Longs. He's the only one left, and he's spotted out towards middle. Does just about win his fight. With that info and HP that it takes him to get that one, surely dead to rights here. And indeed, Fozy will take him 13-6. Smiles on the faces of Astralis, as you would expect. A really, really clean. It is Counter-Strike, anything can happen. A quiet pistol to kick things off. Just digging for info a minute and then trying to see what they can get away with. Good timing from Stair as he peeks out. Finds one, spots another couple here. I don't think he's quite seen the bomb, but now they will confirm it. Trying to eliminate Stair, and he's looking sharp. Another headshot landing for him. This is a weird setup as well from the CTs. They've got a player in towards the ramp. Certainly going to be difficult to deal with now. Yabi getting involved into 4 versus 2 before the dust settles. Fozy's Julie's going to get it done. So, Astralis picking up the pistol, and it's a pretty damn good one at that.
Yeah, they look really quite comfortable. It looked like a nice read as well. And they actually invited in quite a bit of pressure in those engagements. Yeah, that kind of went like below him, but I guess it's shrapnel ultimately, right? I guess it explodes from underneath. It's rough in its own way.
Indeed. Certainly feels like the case. Oh, Stair with a nice find, though. They maybe heard him jumping up, I suppose. It seems like they were relatively sure, or the nade damage might have translated around. Fozy, meanwhile, run of the mill here, as there are no piece of utility to really deal with him. Lands another tag, missing the Palace player, but he'll go back in for the repeat. Looking good while doing so.
He's so lucky to stay alive there. Takes a lot of damage, 5 points of HP. Flash over, long to the void. Cemetery is that first line of contact. There's just no way you're getting a plant here. No way in hell, and it's already denied. Fozy will see it off. He's had a fantastic round. The final he gets with only just 5 points of HP. First map, they got decimated. Honestly, in a lot of times just by brute firepower.
Yeah, no, that is very true. I think just an Astralis that are looking really, really warm here, really quite comfortable coming into this.
Yeah. Yabi's been really impressive. The impact of his kills are massive, and of course, Fozy continues to shine. They're going to go contact, and they walk straight into Ryu for one. Quick trade, sure, but up on balcony, Yabi remains long, so 180 to find his head, but there's still potential threats around. Spamming the smoke, it's close, and Hooksy will get it. He's met with a HG, but he's still alive and thriving, as it's a numbers advantage for Astralis. I speak too soon. Spam on the smoke, Hooksy loses his life. And Fozy called upon again. Flash over will bait out his position. But where is Stair? They still look for him. A smoke that'll allow the plant. And they're trying to spam it. They just can't quite get it off.
Yeah, the nade's a bit late as well. You know, there's right ideas here, but unfortunately not quite perfect in the execution. Tiny bits of utility. No kit, though, for this CT side is kind of the key thing for me. Stair. Molly goes down, nothing. Ooh, off the back of it. There is a kit. It has been communicated, and he will pick it up. So that saves them some time. Krabeni is quick, and they've lost track of this player that's in sandwich, really. Oh, nice shot from Fozy. Surely no time, and it doesn't matter as Krubeni takes his head off. So some effort for sure to get there, but FUT are finally in with their first round.
Yeah, finally. As we creep towards the 40-second mark, decision to be made here. Where do FUT want to go? This feels like an A split naturally. And that's a smoke towards top con phase. That is going to be the call. First test is Stare, and he passes with flying colors. As he looks for a second, he'll get it. The third is on offer. A spray down in towards top connector. That'll seal the deal. There's nothing that Cemetery can do all alone. He looks for a consolation. Okay. It's carnage in this round. It's a 1 versus 2, but with 15 seconds, surely he's got no chance in hell to win this one out. He can't collect the bomb and plan, and Fuzi sees him off. That is a wild, wild one.
He's been having a fantastic tournament for me, by his standards, let's say.
Yeah.
Really delivering a few more numbers than usual here, so hopefully that continues, and especially against a team like FUT. Gonna need Stare to be stepping up. Ryu, good for 2. Fozy with some missed shots, but he's been flashed about here. Difficult for him. He gets a smoke down to try and work around it. Playing pretty aggressively off the back of it. Shots are really missing. His presence, though, is a threat, and they work around that. Demon's recovered an M4. Can he win out this 1 versus 3? Falls off his perch, and Yabi will take him down. So Astralis keeps stringing them together here.
Onks is a known quantity in towards lower. The molly will just tick, hitting out his spot. This hit is bold by Hooksy. Oh, it's a nice idea.
I'm such a fan of the idea.
Yeah, lovely idea. Unfortunate on the execution.
Indeed, lots and lots and lots of damage has been done here, though, so it very much could swing on a dime, and that looks to be the case, really. Demon left on 6 HP, leading that charge. He's lost one of his healthier teammates. He's lucky. Yabi runs out of ammo, but he's got support, right? They're able to stand strong. Even the only one to have found any frags. That leaves Lonks with 2 more to get here. He's coming in from behind. Starting to think about it. Move towards the apps. Spotting nobody there. Spotting the bomb for sure. Getting full control of that. Surely now they smell a rat. They think maybe short, maybe the market. Nice clear, but he will be instantly traded out by Stare. And it's tough for FUT there. They're close in places. They are certainly
halfway for somebody who is, generally speaking, so important, especially towards these T-side rounds. This gun round is massively important for FUT. 8-1 down, and if you lose here without a bomb plan, which has been hard to come by for the FUT side, it could be a drastically poor heart, but Demon will open things up.
Yeah, it could be something to this. He's found some awkward control in the window, which, you know, it really opens up options for that T-side, but we have a very quick flank here from Ryu. And that's going to squeeze this T-side in. They don't have many options available. The Stare's blocking. Fozy does well to find one up close, and Stare's done very well to bait his teammate. That's how you do it successfully. Ryu, maybe with a reposition here, going to find success as well. And yes, they've lost track of him. He'll take Cemetery. It's all onto Demon, 12 HP. And what can he do, really? He's just out on an island. There is no way. Really impressive. A lot of fun here. A lot of fun.
Uzi. Again, he's just so solid. Everything has been put in front of him, he's delivering. And Stare as well. Mentioned it earlier, but he just continues to be the superstar for this side, and he continues to show.
He didn't see the barrel.
Yeah.
He definitely could have done.
Now risky.
Maybe he did see the barrel, but he didn't act on it. Not sure. Either way. 5-on-3. Far too doable here. Fozy just it's Fozy and Stare, man. Yeah. It's just the dynamic duo here, both on 17 kills. Wow. Crazy, crazy stuff as Astralis net an 11.
I don't know. Astralis actually as well, they're looking A and no one's home.
Yeah, they've gotten in quite quickly here. They are looking to take it nice and simple. Execute comes over the top. What more is there that FUT can do? They've lost the A bomb site. They do have a quick flank in from Krubeni. Stage 1's top performer here. Looking to be the hero on this flank. Clean for the first. Maybe one more from him. Might convince us in. The flash is good from CT. The kills also looking pretty damn good. Suddenly Yabi finds himself alone. Finds the hardest shot, couldn't get the guy who was reloading though.
Even kind of doing anything to move towards Astralis, so it feels a little bit convoluted. I think it was very loose mid-rounding, but ultimately a waste of downtime. A nothing round. But it's all buying time for this. All buy-ins there. Will be the first 2-4 long, so swing out from short. The flash didn't actually catch there, but he just loses the aim duel. As Jugs finds one of his own, Hooksy trying to dive around site with the support of Ryu. They take A-side control, and they can look for CT control further. Molly down, Ryu wins the fight. This is much, much better.
Ryu, good spot for him here if he can make this work. Spots the Shadow first, and they will find all of the important kills, the important battles at the end. Astralis back to their winning ways. The pistol goes against them.
Ready to reclaim the space that he had earlier, but the volley has forced them out of. Double swing. Uh-oh.
Benny eliminated. Needed at least one there, right?
Yeah.
Trade the info, but a super clean opener like that for Astralis is just a gift from above. Should be able to now clean up with that, you feel, right? The 5v4, the stronger weaponry, the full belts of utility still available here. So yeah, looking very, very good for Astralis to clean up house in the near future.
Head over to break open. Back on smoke. Wow, I think he actually just spotted the leg of Yabi there. And a hopeful pop shot, but not to be. This is surely looking like the beginning of the end as Hooksy puts pressure on the B site. Feels like selling a bit of a ruse, but the bomb might actually just join them. We'll see. Only one for Demon. As Ryu finds that trade, the scout can't convert. Yabi sees Symmetry off. And it's all on the shoulders of Jugs. Only 6 kills to his name, but that's slightly higher up compared to some of FUT. It's been a one-sided showing, and that just about sums up the performance from FUT. A labored spray and a labored map number 2. We came into this painting the picture that they were one of the best Mirage sides. Well, they get deleted. Astralis.